educational satellite television programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on the preparation of salts. Previously, we learned about some of the common and indirect uses of sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and ammonia. Today, we will discuss several different methods of preparing salts. We will learn about the direct combination of elements, the reaction of acids with bases, and the reaction between acids and metals as the methods of salt preparation. We will also talk about a simple experiment which will show the preparation of salts from metallic oxides and acid. Students, if you are ready, then we will get started. We will begin by discussing the direct combination of elements. This is a method that is used to prepare binary salts. Binary salts are those which consist of only two elements. For example, when sodium reacts with chlorine, sodium chloride is formed. When iron and sulfur react, iron 2 sulfide is formed. When iron and chlorine react, iron 3 chloride is formed. When active metals combine with dilute acid, salt and hydrogen gas are formed. Let us look at several examples. When aluminium and hydrochloric acid react, they produce aluminium chloride and hydrogen. When magnesium and hydrochloric acid react, they form magnesium chloride and hydrogen. When zinc and sulfuric acid react, zinc sulfate and hydrogen are formed. Students, it is important to note that using metals of group 1A for this preparation can be dangerous. For example, using sodium or potassium can cause very vigorous reactions. This is not advisable. Another important note is that the reaction of some active metals with dilute acids to prepare salts might not always work as well as expected. For example, calcium does not dissolve in water very well. Therefore, when it is combined with dilute sulfuric acid, calcium has a tendency to become coated with calcium sulfate. This prevents the reaction from taking place. When metal oxides are combined with acids, salt and water are produced. This is because basic oxides are neutralized by dilute acids. If calcium oxide reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, calcium chloride, and water are formed. When copper oxide reacts with sulfuric acid, copper 2 sulfate and water are produced. The reaction between zinc oxide and nitric acid generates zinc nitrate and water. Let us discuss neutralization, which is another method for preparing salts. Neutralization involves the reaction of metal hydroxides with dilute acids. For example, when sodium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride and water are produced. When potassium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid, potassium sulfate and water are formed. Metal carbonates, or hydrogen carbonates, combine with dilute acids to release carbon dioxide and form salt and water. Students, these are examples of this sort of preparation. Please complete the equations to show the salts that are formed, along with the amount of water that it formed and the amount of carbon dioxide that is released.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. Were you able to complete all of the equations? Let us finish them now so that you can check your answers. Magnesium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid to form magnesium sulfate, carbon dioxide, and water. Copper 2 carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to form copper 2 chloride, water, and carbon dioxide. Sodium carbonate and nitric acid react to produce 2 sodium nitrate, water, and carbon dioxide. Calcium bicarbonate and hydrochloric acid react to form calcium chloride, 2 water, and 2 carbon dioxide. The final preparation of salt we will discuss is the double decomposition reaction. This involves the reaction of 2 different soluble salts to form a soluble salt and an insoluble salt. These products can be easily separated. For example, lead 2 nitrate reacts with sodium iodide to form lead 2 iodide and sodium nitrate. Calcium chloride reacts with sodium carbonate to form calcium carbonate and 2 sodium chloride. Students, please note that not every one of these methods can be used to prepare every salt. Different methods are needed to prepare different salts. Let us move on and discuss a simple experiment to prepare copper sulfate from copper 2 oxide and sulfuric acid. First, some sulfuric acid is poured into a beaker. Then, some copper 2 oxide is added. The solution is heated and then stirred gently until the reaction is complete. At this point, the color of the solution changes from brown to blue. This is because copper sulfate is being formed. Once the reaction is complete, the solution must be filtered to remove any excess copper oxide. The liquid that is produced after the solution has been filtered must then be transferred to an evaporating dish. Some of the water is then evaporated and the solution is left so that the salt can crystallize out. Students, in today's lesson, we have discussed a number of methods for the preparation of salt. Please list these methods now.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. Let us now list the methods for preparing salt together. There is the direct combination, reacting active metals with dilute acids, reacting metal oxides with acids, reacting metal hydroxides with dilute acids, reacting metal carbonates with dilute acids, and the double decomposition reaction. If you were able to name all 6 of those methods, well done. Today, we learned about the preparation of different salts using different methods. We also demonstrated a simple experiment to show the preparation of copper sulfate from copper 2 oxide and sulfuric acid. In our next lesson, we will study some important salts and their uses. This brings us to the end of the lesson. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.